Hello and welcome to Somerville Highlander Baseball on Somerville Ed TV. I'm Todd Harmon, and today the Highlanders take on the Rams of Lynn Classical in GBL action from Trum Field. As Colin Bourne will be on the mound for the Highlanders. He will get things started off here in a moment against Mark Walsh, the shortstop for the Rams. Rams come in 10-3 overall. They are ranked number 24 in Division II. They are heading to the playoffs. That's where the Highlanders want to get yet again. As Bourne's first offering is low for ball one to Walsh. 1-0 as we are underway here from Trum. Highlanders coming off a big 13-0 win against Everett. As Preston Ardolino, a tremendous performance on the mound as Walsh fouls that back into the screen. Ardolino, 10 strikeouts in that game, no hitter through 5 innings of work as he was pulled after those 5 innings, getting the win in that game. Excellent outing there for Preston Ardolino, his second straight excellent outing as he had 10 strikeouts earlier against Mystic Valley as well the previous week. Highlanders coming in 5-9 overall. They have 6 games remaining, including this game against the Rams. As that one's on the outside for called strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Walsh. Bourne got the start against Lynn Classical at Lynn Classical. It was a 3-0 Highlander loss. Scoreless tie going into the 6th inning of that game. As this one's popped up our direction, coming right over my head. Really in the action here. Out of play though, up into the bleachers, second row, right where I'm seated. Bill Trudell ducking out of the way. All that action, count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. First batter here against Bourne. Bourne pitched very well against Lynn Classical at Lynn. Allowed 2 earned runs in that game. Tough luck loser. As that was early in the season, Highlander offense, I should say, as that's in the dirt over the head of Graham Ross. Early season blues for the Highlanders this year. Struggling with runners in scoring position, struggling with the offense. It's a young team. As you look around the diamond, you have freshman starters out there at first base for the Highlanders. That's Donovan O'Brien, as well as out in left, that's Caden Martell. As this is a high fly ball, short center field. Ardolino ranging all the way back from his shortstop position, and he will make the catch.
Now batting.
That'll bring up Emerson Lara. For the Rams, he's their left fielder. Preston Ardolino, the developing star on this team, sophomore, captain of this team. Colin Bourne, junior leader on this team as well, out on the mound today. As the fastball in there, swing and miss from Lara for strike 1. Only one senior on this very young Highlanders team. Graham Ross behind the plate. Everywhere else you see are players that will be returning. As the breaker catches the inside for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes now to Lara. Bourne working with a combination, fastball, curveball. Baseline combination will sometimes drop a changeup in there as well, as that fastball remains elevated for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes now, the count to Emerson Lara. Highlanders struggled early in the season, but they've put together some victories here, as they've got 5 wins on the season. Curveball called strike 3, as Bourne will ring him up with a backward K. That'll bring up Ronald Brea.
Right fielder, number 21, Ronald Brea.
As Brea steps in against the Highlander hurler. Brea banked .260 on the season. First pitch, breaking ball down low, a little bit outside for ball 1 to Brea. You look around the diamond for the Highlanders. Tommy Griffin over there at third base. He is a junior. Sophomore Preston Ardolino at short. Tommy Griffin takes that one on the Sunday hop, fires it across to O'Brien. And the 5-3 putout will do it. 1-2-3, go the Rams. We'll move to the bottom half of the first here from Trum Field on Somerville Ed TV. Back at Trum Field here on Somerville Ed TV. Bottom half of the first inning. Highlanders top of the order will be coming up. Tommy Griffin, Preston Ardolino, and Graham Ross to face off against the Ram righty Braden Onasian. Onasian 2-1 on the season. Sub-2 ERA. Fastball, curveball combination from Onasian. As Tommy Griffin leads off for the Highlanders. First pitch from Onasian. Fastball gets in there for called strike 1. Highlander offense got untracked against Everett with a 13-0 victory. Griffin hits a hot shot, third base, fielded cleanly by Figueroa. He fires it over. Good job by Figueroa handling that high hop off the Trum Field turf. That'll bring up Preston Ardolino. Ardolino 2 for 3 in that victory against Everett. As I noted, tremendous on the mound, 5 hitless innings. 10 strikeouts in those 5 innings. First offering from Onasian. Fastball stays up high to Ardolino. Preston, sophomore, has been just developing tremendously for the Highlanders throughout this season, not only out in the field but also on the mound. As that fastball's fouled back into the screen. He was on top of that one. Seeing Ardolino out in the field make some tremendous plays. Drifted way out into short center to make a defensive play in the top half of this inning as that fastball stays up high for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now the count to Ardolino. Highlander offense yesterday. Excellent up and down the lineup. All 9 Highlander starters scored in that game against Everett. Swing and a miss for Ardolino. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the count. He swung through that fastball. Looks like nothing but heat so far coming from Onasian to Ardolino. And the curveball that time stays inside for ball 3. Full count now to Preston Ardolino. Multiple home runs on the season for Ardolino. Power in that bat. Payoff pitch, swung on and missed. Ardolino out ahead of that one. Onasian took a little bit off it, and that'll bring up the senior for the Highlanders, Graham Ross. Senior catcher for the Highlanders, 2 for 3 yesterday against Everett. You'll hear me say that a lot as the first top 5 batters in the Highlander lineup went 2 for 3 yesterday against Everett. That's the curveball, catches the corner for strike 1. Braden Onasian looking to go 1-2-3 here to open out the bottom of the first, as Colin Bourne was able to do in the top half of the inning. Curveball stays inside and high, ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Ross. Left the curveball up high again. 2 balls and a strike now to Graham Ross. Chopper towards third. Charging in is Figueroa. He will fire it across. And the Highlanders go down 1-2-3. 2 nice plays at third by Christian Figueroa. We will move to the top half of the second inning, tied up at 0s here on Somerville Ed TV. Back at Trum Field here on Somerville Ed TV. Top half of the second inning. The Rams will send numbers 4, 5, and 6, Figueroa, Munoz, and Rolke Brea to the plate. As Christian Figueroa will step in. Colin Bourne, 1, 2, 3 through the first inning with a strikeout. Starts him off with a breaking pitch in the dirt for ball 1 to Figueroa. These two teams know each other very, very well. Bourne faced off against the Rams at Lynn. Figueroa batting .230 on the season so far. Fastball catches the outside, 4 strike 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Christian Figueroa. Good defensive inning for Figueroa in the bottom of the first. Solid fielding on the hot corner, accounting for 2 of the outs against the Highlanders as the curveball tipped back into the screen by Figueroa. He was out ahead of that one. Bourne ahead now, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lynn Classical coming off a 6-12 loss to Lynn English after defeating GBL leading Malden 6-2 as this is popped into right field, charging in, but then out is Sean Fusco. As Fusco showing his range as Ardolino did in the first inning, able to get that short pop into right field. Great job there by Fusco. That'll bring up Munoz. Munoz, one of the hotter hitters for Lynn Classical, batting .320 on the season. 8 RBIs and 4 doubles for Munoz. Called strike 1 on the outside to Munoz. Lynn Classical coming off that win against Malden, then losing to Lynn English. That dropped them into 3rd place in the GBL. So they're 1 game behind Malden and Medford, who are tied in first. As that's a chopper, Tommy Griffin will sky for it and fire it across the diamond. We're seeing some nice defense at the hot corner, both from Figueroa and now from Griffin. 2 away here in the top half of the 2nd inning. That'll bring up Rolke Barrera. As Rolke, .233 on the season. Two away here now for Bourne. Curveball catches the corner for called strike 1. No balls and a strike to Rolke Barrera. Or Barea, I mean. Highlanders in a situation, they're 5 wins away from. As that chopper goes to 3rd, Griffin charges in, takes it on the high hop, fires it across the diamond, 5-3. That's the numbers today. As 1, 2, 3 go the Rams. We move to the bottom half of the 2nd inning from Trum here on Somerville Ed TV. We go to the bottom half of the 2nd inning from Trum Field here on Somerville Ed TV. It's numbers 4, 5, and 6 for the Highlanders. Colin Bourne, Donovan O'Brien, and Sean Fusco going up against Braden Onasian. Onasian got through the first inning, 1, 2, 3 with a strikeout, 2 third base putouts as well. Got the Highlanders 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the first. As Bourne swings and tips that back for strike 1. As I was noting before the end of that top of the 2nd, Highlanders 6 games remaining, including this game against the Rams. They need 5 wins to get into the playoffs again. As the curveball stays up high from Onasian. Ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Bourne. Highlanders can only lose 1 of those remaining 6 games and hope to make the playoffs. As the fastball stays elevated for ball 2, 2 balls and a strike to Bourne. So the Highlanders back against the wall, I should say. They face off against Maimonides tomorrow, a doubleheader here at Trum, as this one's popped up on the diamond as Onasian takes care of that pop-up. That'll bring up Donovan O'Brien, first baseman for the Highlanders, one of the freshmen, getting good playing time on this team. As we just watched this team getting better throughout the season, getting that ability to get that critical hit, still something they're working on a bit. And O'Brien looks at strike one, as Onasian is able to get that breaker down across the plate. One away here, bottom half of the second inning. O'Brien tips that one for strike two, no balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to Donovan O'Brien. Highlanders have a doubleheader tomorrow against Maimonides here at Trum Field. Then they will be at Revere on Monday the 19th. They will be here at home against Lynn English on Tuesday the 20th, a week from today, and then at Cambridge to finish out their regular season on Friday the 23rd. As the curveball gets O'Brien out ahead of it for strike 3. And that will bring up Highlander second baseman Sean Fusco. 2 away here. So Onasian looking very, very good out on the mound. Pulled the string on O'Brien for his second strikeout. As you look at that Highlander remaining schedule, that's tipped back into the screen by Fusco. You see winnable games out there. The Revere is a team that barely beat the Highlanders earlier this season. Cambridge, a team that is a tough battle, but I think the Highlanders as well could make some noise in that game, as that's low for ball 1 to Fusco. Good eye for Sean there. Fusco started out the season not hitting the ball great as he puts a charge into this one, but it's right at the right fielder, Ronald Brea, as he had him played perfectly, line out to right field, and that will do it for the Highlanders here in the bottom of the second. 1, 2, 3 they go. We move to the third inning. Score still tied to zeros here at Trum on Somerville Ed TV. Back here at Trum Field on Somerville Ed TV. Highlanders and Rams tied up at zeros as we move to the top half of the third inning. It's the bottom third of the order. Boo Desea, Gavin Collins, and Braden Onasian for the Rams as Desea settles in. Fastball from Bourne catches the outside for strike 1. Bourne looking very effective so far in this game. He's gotten the Rams 1, 2, 3 through the first 2 innings. Swing and a miss by Desea at the curveball. Good movement by Bourne on his curve today. His fastball, he's locating extremely well also. 0-2 offering to Boo Desea. Curveball, Desea rips that one right up the middle. As Desea gets the first hit of the game, a solid single into center field. Looked like the curveball was left a little bit elevated that time by Bourne. Veteran hitter Desea able to take advantage of it. That'll bring up Gavin Collins, the first baseman for the Rams. Collins batting 167 on the season. Desea leads away from first. Fastball catches the outside from Bourne. No balls and a strike to Gavin Collins. Bourne will check the runner at first. Desea does not go. Fastball down low. Ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Gavin Collins. Curveball. Collins fouls that one off third base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count to Collins. First trouble of the day for either of the 2 pitchers. As Bourne has been excellent so far, but he left that curveball a little bit elevated. DeSaya able to take advantage of it. Looking to clean things up here against Collins. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As he checks DeSaya at first. DeSaya is away. Fastball swung on and missed for the strikeout, but Boo DeSaya is in with the stolen base. Tough.
The pitcher, number 8, Braden.
Tough pitch for Graham Ross to throw down there, as it was a low and outside fastball to Collins that got him swinging. That'll bring up Braden Onasian, the pitcher for the Rams, the opportunity to help his own cause. As he's got a runner in scoring position, Boo DeSaya will be run for here. As Villea will come in to run for DeSaya. So Villea now at second base, pinch running for Boo DeSaya as he leads away. And a balk is going to be the call, as he didn't come to a hold position. So the balk is going to advance the runner. Field umpire is saying he didn't hold, he didn't come to a full stop before initiating his start from the stretch. That fastball is left outside for a ball. The balk should wipe away the initial pitch, so it should be 1 ball and no strikes to Onasian. But now the runner is at third. Rams looking to break through here in the 3rd inning. Fastball catches the outside for called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Braden Onasian. Onasian 250 on the season. 4 hits for Onasian, 2 RBIs. As Villea leads away from third. Curveball just high to Onasian. Ball 2, 2 balls and a strike now. 1 away here, top half of the 3rd inning. Leadoff man Boo DeSaya hit a line shot, single into center field, stole second base, and then was pinch run for by Villea, who is now at third after a balk. Fastball swung on and missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to Braden Onasian. Bourne looked like he could just overpower Onasian with that fastball if he chooses to on this 2-2. Go-ahead run stands at third. 1 away. The fastball, that one's popped up, foul ground, first base side. Donovan O'Brien will settle underneath it and make the catch. Quickly checking Villea as he forces him back to third.
Shortstop, number 23, Mark
That
Walsh.
will turn the lineup over. Mark Walsh will step to the plate. Mark Walsh batting .333 coming into this game. 10 RBIs on the season. He's got number 11 standing at third, but there's 2 outs as the Rams look to break through here in the 3rd. Walsh popped out into center field as this is into the gap, right center. Coming around to make the play, and he does, is Pete Kutro. As Kutro ranging into right center field, able to make the play. And that will do it for the Ram threat in the 3rd. No runs across. We stay tied at 0s here at Trum on Somerville Ed TV. Back at Trum Field, Somerville Ed TV. We move to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. It's the bottom 3rd of the Highlander lineup. Kyle Antonelli, Pete Kutro, and Caden Martell coming to the plate, facing off against Braden Onasian. Antonelli, the DH today for the Highlanders. As he settles in, he scored 2 runs against Everett in that 13-0 victory. 1 for 2 on the day was Antonelli as he leaves that one up high, watches it go by for ball 1. Onasian has been excellent so far through his first 2 innings of work. Fastball inside to Antonelli for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Now the count to Antonelli. Fastball. Kyle tried to hold up, but he went through. 2 balls and a strike now to Kyle. Rams threatened in the top half of this inning. Left the go-ahead run stranded at third base as the curveball catches the corner for called strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now the count to Kyle Antonelli. That curveball down in the dirt by Onasian. Runs the count full. Payoff pitch here to Kyle Antonelli, leading off the bottom of the third. Fastball left up high. Highlanders have a base runner. As Antonelli will take first base on the walk, that will bring up Pete Kutro for the Highlanders. Kutro ended that threat in the top half of this inning as he ranged into right center field, able to catch a shot out there by Walsh. Got that sock high, basically. As Antonelli will be back easily. Highlanders are very aggressive on the base paths if you watch them over the years. Coach O'Donnell likes to send runners, likes to force the other team into situations where they have to make the play. Swing and a miss there from Pete Kutro for strike 1. As Antonelli stays at first. Kyle leads away, nobody out here. Bottom of the third, scoreless tie from Trum. As the Highlanders trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. As Kutro fouls that one back into the screen. No balls and a strike now to Pete. Asian looks back. Antonelli after time is called. O2 offering to Kutro. Fastballs left up high for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count to Pete Kutro. Antonelli on first by virtue of a walk. Curveball called strike 3. As Kutro frozen pizza on that one. That'll bring up Caden Martell, one of the 2 freshmen starting today for the Highlanders.
Number 4, Caden Martell.
Martell playing left field today for the Highlanders. One out. Runner at first is Antonelli. As Onasian will toss over to first. Antonelli back in time. That one's in there. Called strike on the fastball on the corner to Martell. No balls and a strike. Tommy Griffin waits on deck. He had a hot shot to third base, cleanly fielded and well done by Christian Figueroa. Back in the first. As Martell fouls that one back. No balls, 2 strikes, the count to Caden Martell. 1 away here. Bottom of the third, Highlanders have their first base runner of the game. That's Kyle Antonelli at first base. Braden Onasian has been very, very good on the mound for the Rams. That fastball left up high by Onasian. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Martell. And Martell hits that one into short left field. Coming in to make the play is Emerson Lara, and he will, as Antonelli has to stay at first. Another hit with outfield contact by the Highlanders, but very well played. Now Tommy Griffin comes to the plate. He was 2 for 3 against Everett. He's 0 for 1 today. Hot shot to third base that Christian Figueroa did a nice job with in the first inning. Antonelli stands at first, 2 away here. Bottom half of the third inning, 0-0 ties. Antonelli is away. Fastball is inside, but Boo Desea has the arm and catches Antonelli stealing, and that will do it for the Highlanders in the bottom half of the third inning. As the threat dies on the arm of Boo Desea, we'll move to the top half of the fourth inning. Tied up as zeros here at Trum on Somerville Ed TV.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 11, Emerson Lara.
Back at Trum Field, Somerville Ed TV, as we move to the top half of the fourth inning. It'll be numbers 2, 3, and 4, Emerson Lara, Ronel Brea, and Christian Figueroa for the Rams, as the lefty Lara stands in against Colin Bourne. Lara struck out looking back in the first inning. He is 0 for 1 on the day. So that's down in the dirt with the curveball from Bourne. Ball 1 ball, no strikes. Now the count to Lara. Lara batting .286 on the season coming into today. Fastball, chopper to third. Tommy Griffin grabs it, fires it across a little bit high, but O'Brien, nice job elevating, keeping his foot placement correct, and gets that foot on the bag for the out. 1 away here, as that will bring up Ronel, I should say, Brea. Fastball catches the outside for called strike 1. Bourne is really working that fastball, has a great location with it, knee high. He's getting ahead of batters using that. Looking very, very comfortable on the mound. There's that fastball again. Fouled down the line, no balls, 2 strikes, now the count. Only good contact we've seen off of Bourne so far. Came on a curveball he left elevated to Boo Desea. Put that into center field for a single, but it was left stranded when Mark Walsh went first pitch swinging with 2 away. And it was a good line shot, sinking line shot into right center field, but Pete Kutrow ranged over, able to make the play, held the Rams off the scoreboard. 1 away here, top half of the fourth inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count, as that's a swing and miss at the curveball in the dirt. Throw down to first will secure the strikeout. And Ronel Brea is taken care of. That will bring up Christian Figueroa. Figueroa 0 for 1 as he led off the top of the second. Popped into right field. Sean Fusco showed excellent range as he was able to get out into short right and make the play. This one fouled back into the screen for strike 1. No balls and a strike to Christian Figueroa. 2 away here. Top half of the fourth inning. Highlanders looking to keep their playoff hopes alive. A win here will keep them going for the playoffs. A loss will not eliminate them, but they will get them on the brink of elimination. This is one of those games you look at in the last 6 of the season. They'd love to have it. As this is right up the middle, you see that range from Preston Ardolino, and you see that laser arm from Preston Ardolino, and that's 1, 2, 3. The Rams go down in order in the top half of the 4th inning. We'll move to the bottom of the 4th. Tied up as 0s at Trum here on Somerville Ed TV. Back at Trum Field, Somerville Ed TV. We move to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Tied up 0-0. GBL action between the Rams of Lynn Classical and the Highlanders. Tommy Griffin will lead things off top of the order. Second time through the order for Braden Onasian, as he has been excellent so far, hitless through the order the first time. Starts him off with a fastball, knee high. For called strike 1. Griffin hit a chopper to third base to start off the game. He's 0 for 1. Curveball catches the outside. No ball, 2 strikes. Now the count to Tommy Griffin. Griffin's been moved up to the leadoff spot here the last couple weeks. Fusco did it in the middle of the season. Fusco started the season at leadoff, and then he was dropped down the lineup. Ran into a nice hot streak. Got himself back to the leadoff position, but now has been dropped back down to 5. That is called strike 3 from Onasian as he gets the fastball on the corner. Tommy Griffin goes down looking. That'll bring up Preston Ardolino. Ardolino struck out swinging back in the 4th inning, as Onasian was able to get him out ahead of a pitch with the full count. Ardolino, biggest offensive threat the Highlanders have in terms of his power. We also saw his defense ending that 4th inning, top of the 4th inning, as he ranged behind second base and fired it across to get the out. Ardolino starts off 1 ball, 1 strike here, as Onasian gets that fastball in there for a called strike. That's a curveball, that's a hot shot, and that's going to be the Highlanders' first hit as it gets into left field. Lara bobbles it a little bit, his throw a little bit offline as well. Ardolino thought about going, and he is going to go now, as Preston Ardolino showing off some wheels and some wiliness, and he's in at second base. The Highlanders have the go-ahead run in scoring position. As a hot shot out into left field. He took the wide turn because Lara bobbled it out in left. Then the throw came in a little bit behind the second baseman, Munoz. And then when Munoz fired the throw over to first, it got by Collins, bounced off of the concrete separator there from the bleachers all the way out back into the infield. Ardolino able to take advantage of that. I'm not totally sure what numbers to put on my score sheet, but he stands comfortably at second after a single with 1 away. That has Graham Ross standing at the plate with the opportunity to give the Highlanders the lead here in the bottom of the 4th. Graham Ross, the lone senior on this team. Ardolino back as Onasian fires it in. I've now solved my scoring conundrum for those wondering. We're going to call that a single, then a 7-4 to 3-4 error on the second baseman on the errant throw. As Ross looks at the called strike on the outside. 1 away here. Highlanders have the go-ahead run at second. Graham Ross, lone senior on this lineup. He had a chopper to third. He's 0 for 1 on the day. stands at the plate. Budasea has some thoughts. Budasea, an excellent defensive catcher, already has a caught stealing today. Ardolino stands at second for the Highlanders. He's got excellent speed on the base paths. 1-1 delivery from Onasian. He steps off the rubber to look Ardolino back. Ross settles into the batter's box. Curveball left up high to Ross. Onasian looks at Ardolino. Fastball swung on and missed by Ross. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count to Graham Ross. 1 away here, bottom of the 4th. Highlanders threatening their first threat of the game. Second base runner, first base hit for Preston Ardolino. He stands at second. Onasian. His pitch fouled back by Ross. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Onasian looks him back. Fastball left well up high. Might have lost the grip on a curve there, actually. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. As Onasian keeping an eye on Ardolino. Go ahead runner for the Highlanders at second. 1 away here, bottom of the 4th. 2-2 delivery to Graham Ross. It's a chopper. Driving in is the shortstop Walsh. He'll fire over to first and he'll get Ross on the fielder's choice, but Ardolino will advance to third. That'll bring up Highlander pitcher Colin Bourne with the opportunity to help his cause with some 2-out thunder.
Colin Bourne.
So Bourne at the plate has Ardolino at third. Curveball fouled off first base side by Bourne. Bourne 0 for 1 on the day. Popped up right in front of home plate back in the 2nd inning. Two away here, bottom of the 4th. Highlanders threatening with the go-ahead run at third. Onasian's 0-1 delivery to Bourne. Swung on and missed as he got out ahead of the curveball. Bourne now down 0-2. Onasian steps off just for a second. He is battling a threat here in the 4th. Fastball's left up high for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count to Colin Bourne. Bourne on the mound today for the Highlanders, looking to help his cause out here. That is popped foul out towards Broadway. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. One-two delivery. Just low for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now the count. As Budasea was jumping up to head back to the dugout, but instead ball 2 is the call. 2s are wild. 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ball up high with the curve from Onasian. So the count runs full to Colin Bourne. Preston Ardolino stands at third. He represents the go-ahead run for the Highlanders, looking to break this 0-0 tie in the bottom of the fourth. 2 away here, full count offering. Fastball's popped up, first base side, ranging back, and nobody makes the play as everybody thought everybody else had it. Munoz came over. He probably had the best shot at it. Ronald Brea was coming in. He did not make the call on it. And ranging out as well was Gavin Collins. Right in between the three of them, it fell, and that is a single RBI go-ahead run for Colin Bourne. So Highlanders now lead 1-0 with 2 away. Donovan O'Brien will come to the plate. O'Brien 0 for 1 of the day, struck out back in the second. Highlanders now lead 1-0. Fastball popped up by O'Brien, and that is called for by Collins and caught. However, the Highlanders able to get the lead by 1 run after Preston Ardolino scores on the pop-up single by Colin Bourne. Highlanders lead 1-0. We move to the top half of the 5th inning here on Somerville Ed TV. Back at Trump Field on Somerville Ed TV, the Highlanders lead this one 1-0. As we move to the top half of the 5th inning, Colin Bourne got the critical RBI single as his pop-up landed between 3 Rams down the right field line to score Preston Ardolino with the go-ahead run. Rams will come after him here in the top half of the 5th inning with numbers 5, 6, and 7 as Munoz settles in, looking at ball 1 inside on the fastball from Bourne. Bourne looking very strong out on the mound, has put down the Rams in the first 4 innings in 41 pitches. As that fastball is in there, called strike 1, 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count to Munoz. As you can see, Colin has used his fastball. His location is excellent today with that fastball, moving it up high in the zone, down knee-high as well. And he's been able to move it inside and out in combination with the curveball. Is that curveball a little bit low for ball 2 to Munoz. 2 balls and a strike to the Rams second baseman. Munoz grounded out to third back in the 2nd inning. He's 0 for 1 on the day. That fastball left up high by Bourne. 3 balls and a strike. Second batter, only the second batter of the game that Bourne has gone to 3 balls against. 3-1 offering to Munoz. Fastball left outside, ball 4. So the leadoff walk by Munoz.
Center fielder, number 24, Roki.
That'll bring up Roki Barrera. As Roki Brea, I should say, is 0 for 1 on the day. He also grounded out to third baseman Tommy Griffin. Big lead at first by Munoz as Bourne almost had him that time. Just barely late on that throw. Munoz takes a huge lead out beyond the cutoff. Colin Bourne fires it over, and Munoz is chopped down as he is picked off on the 1-3 pickoff. Munoz leaning the wrong direction. His lead, there was no question he was going that time. So Roki Brea now nobody on base. 1 away here. Highlanders with the 1-0 lead. That's a chopper third base side. It's going to go foul for strike 1. Nice job by Bourne reading that extreme lead that Munoz had. There was really no doubt he had his entire body beyond what would be thought of as the cutout. He was definitely taking off on that pitch. 0-1 offering to Brea. Curveball catches the lower part of the zone. 4 called, strike 2, no balls, 2 strikes. That is what Bourne's been able to do today out on the mound. His location has been tremendous. He's been able to move that curveball, using it high in the zone, using it low in the zone as well, doing the same with his fastball. Left that one inside, ball 1, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count to Rolke Brea. One away here. Top of the 5th inning. Highlanders lead this one 1-0 as they look to keep their playoff hopes alive. That's a hot shot out into left field as Brea roped that one out there. He will be on first with the single.
Now batting, the catcher, number 2, Boo Desea.
That'll bring up Boo Desea as Desea. 1 for 1 on the day. Singled into center field, stole second base, was pinch run for. But pinch runner Bayea was left stranded at third, back in the 3rd inning. Desea, the beneficiary of a hanging curveball, the only real hanging curveball I've seen Colin throw so far today. As the runner, Brea is away. Throw is down to second, it gets into center field. Lucas Oliver charging in, able to back it up well. So stolen base there for Rolke Brea. He stands at second. Rams have the tying run in scoring position with 1 away here in the top of the 5th. Veteran catcher here, Boo Desea. For the Rams. That fastball's knee high, called strike 1. See that fastball location Bourne has been using. He's been getting ahead of batters using that fastball. That's how he came in. That's how he got through 4 innings with only 41 pitches. Brea leading away, Bourne checking him. Fastball in there, called strike 2 to Desea. Bourne had Desea down 0-2 in his first at-bat. It's when he hung that curveball up there that Desea ripped into center field. Let's see if Bourne stays with the heater or switches over to the curve again. He stays with the heater and it's once again into center field, this time right center, as Kutro makes the field, plays it out in right center field. Runner will score as Rolke Brea comes around to score. Boo Desea 2 for 2 on the day with an RBI. He stands at first.
Gavin Collins.
Desea has taken the curveball and the fastball from Bourne and done things with them. That'll bring Gavin Collins up. He's 0 for 1. He struck out back in the 3rd. New ball game here as the Rams have tied it up 1-1. With 1 away here in the top of the 5th. Desea leads away. He stole a bag back in the 3rd. Fastball fouled back into the mitt of Graham Ross for strike 1. The 1 offering from Bourne. Desea is away with the pitch. Line shot. Ardolino makes the play. Fires it across the diamond. And the hit and run winds up costing the double play. As 6-3 goes the DP. That will do it for the Rams in the top of the 5th, but they tie it up on the Desea single RBI. We'll be back for the bottom of the 5th. Highlanders got some work to do as we're tied at 1 on Somerville Ed TV. Back at Trum Field on Somerville Ed TV. We go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Highlanders will send to the plate 6, 7, and 8. Sean Fusco, Kyle Antonelli, and Pete Kutro to face off against Braden Onasian. Tied up 1-1. As the Rams able to force a run across in the bottom, or the top of the 5th, I should say. Rolke Brea came in to score on the Boo Desea single. Fusco 0 for 1. He lined out to right field. Back in the 2nd. Good contact for Sean on that line out, except it was just right at the right fielder, Ronell Brea. Onasian out ahead, 0-1 now to Fusco. So that's a pop-up called for by the shortstop, Walsh, and he will make the play. One away for the Highlanders here in the bottom of the fifth. That'll bring up Kyle Antonelli. Antonelli walked
Designated hitter, number 3, Kyle.
and was caught stealing back in the third inning. No plate appearances for Antonelli today. One away here, tied up 1-1. So Highlanders looking to keep their playoff hopes alive with the win. Fastball inside, called strike 1 to Antonelli. High heat from Onasian, had Antonelli swinging through it. No balls, 2 strikes, now the count to Kyle. Watch out for Onasian to pull the string on him here. Keeps the heater going and gets him looking. Catches that outside corner. Called strike 3. That will bring up Pete Kutro. There's 2 away here for the Highlanders in the bottom of the fifth.
Now batting the right fielder, number 13, Pete Kutro.
Kutro struck out looking back in the third inning. Five strikeouts on the day so far for Onasian, as that is in there for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Now the count to Kutro. Kutro ended the Ram threat in the third, as that's a grounder to second. Munoz up with it, fires it over, and the 4-3 putout will do it. 1-2-3 go the Highlanders in the fifth. We'll move to the sixth inning, tied at 1s at Trum on Somerville Ed TV. Back on Somerville Ed TV, Highlanders, Rams tied at 1s. We move to the top half of the sixth inning as Braden Onasian leads off. It'll be 9-1 and 2. He'll be followed by Mark Walsh and Emerson Lara. It's Colin Bourne on the mound for the Highlanders, coming into this inning with 56 pitches. Working really, really well. That curveball, as you saw right there, he's moving it high, low in the strike zone. He's done an excellent job with his fastball location as well. That fastball-curveball combo, really, really effective today. As this fastball lifted into right field, Kutro coming in, makes the play. And one away here in the top half of the sixth inning. As the Rams turn the lineup over, Mark Walsh will come to the plate. He's 0 for 2 on the day. He hit a sinking line drive out into right center field back in the third inning with a go-ahead run standing at third. Pete Kutro able to range over, make that play off the top of the shoe tops. But Walsh, good contact in that situation. He did that for his first pitch swinging, you see right there. I think Colin Bourne remembers that. Started him off with the curveball, a little off the plate for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Now the count to Walsh. One away here. Top of the sixth. There's that curveball catching that outside corner. He's been so effective with that pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Walsh. Both his fastball and his curveball, his location has been tremendous today so far. Fastball swung on and missed as Walsh swings through that one. Looked like that was on the inside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count to Mark Walsh. Bourne pitching to contact today, only 3 strikeouts in the game, but as I noted, only 56 pitches through 5 innings of work as he comes into the sixth. So that's fouled back into the screen by Walsh on the fastball. Emerson Lara waits on deck. Just 1 away here in the top half of the sixth inning. Tied up 1-1. battle between the Rams and the Highlanders, as the Rams in third place in the GBL behind Malden and Medford. That's a hot shot right up the middle. Single into center field for Walsh. Good contact there. As Classical picks up their fourth hit of the game. One away, and Emerson Lara will step to the plate. 0 for 2 on the day. Struck out looking in the first, grounded out to third base in the fourth. So the Rams have the go-ahead run at first base. Walsh leads away. Fired over. Walsh back in time. Classical likes to run as well. Walsh definitely has the speed, as he has 6 stolen bases on the season in 11 attempts. Fastball catches the inside for strike 1 to Lara. Lara, the lefty in this lineup. One away, top half of the 6th, 1-1 tie here from Trum. Highlanders looking to keep their playoff hopes alive with a win. Curveball fouled back into the screen. Strike 2 on Lara. One away. 0-2 delivery from Bourne as he checks Walsh. Walsh's lead a little larger here, as he is away with the pitch. Fastball in the dirt. No throw down, and Walsh will take the stolen base. Go-ahead run now stands in scoring position. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count to Emerson Lara. As Walsh picks up his 7th stolen base of the year. One-two delivery from Bourne. He'll step off the rubber. Curveball from Bourne. Cold strike 3. As that swept right across, caught the outside corner, and that's 2 away. As Bourne rings up his 4th of the game. That'll bring up Ronell Brea. Go-ahead run still at second base, but we may have a pinch runner as Walsh heading over. Nope, he's just going to get some coaching over there. Talking up with Brea as O'Donnell, head coach for the Highlanders, out on the mound talking to Colin Bourne. So Ronell Brea steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He grounded out to third to end the first. He struck out swinging in the 4th. Walsh is the runner at second. He is the go-ahead run. 2 away here, top half of the 6th inning, a 1-1 tie. A win for the Highlanders will be their 6th, leaving them 4 wins away from playoffs. With 5 games remaining, a loss today will mean they have to win the remaining 5 games in order to qualify for the playoffs. 1-0 delivery now to Brea. As he checks Walsh at second. Fastball down low. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Now the count to Ronell Brea. Christian Figueroa stands on deck.
You're all right.
2-0 offering. Fastball up high. Ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. The count to Ronell Brea. And we're going to have an intentional walk here to Brea. You know, I was watching.
No batting.
I was watching those pitches, and Bourne has just been so strong today. I think a choice was made by O'Donnell to pitch around Brea and go out to Figueroa. Now you have the force out at all the bases, first, second, or third, 2 away, as Figueroa steps in, 0 for 2 on the day, popped out to second, grounded out to short, as that is fouled off as Walsh was away from second. Hit and run there for the Rams. Figueroa fouls it off. Figueroa came into today batting .230 on the season. Rams have runners on first and second, 2 away here. Top half of the 6th, the 1-1 tie. No balls and a strike. The offering is a curveball down in the dirt, got away from Graham Ross. The runners will advance on the passed ball. So now the go-ahead run stands 90 feet away. Mark Walsh is at third. Brea is at second. Great speed at second in Brea as well. Figueroa in there, the 1-1 offering with 2 away. Fastball left up high for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike now to Christian Figueroa. The best hitter on the Rams in terms of batting average is on deck, as Munoz is on deck, batting .320 coming into today. That's a fly ball out into right field. Pete Coutreau ranging back, and he missed that one. As Coutreau had played some solid defensive right field all day today, but on that one just couldn't quite come up with it. As we'll put that down as a single, 2 RBIs. For Figueroa, and Munoz will come to the plate. Rams have taken the 3-1 lead. Munoz 0 for 1 on the day. He walked back in the 5th and was picked off. In the 2nd, he grounded out to third baseman Tommy Griffin. Tough luck there for the Highlanders, as Coutreau has played very well defensively. Just let that ball kind of eat him up. High sky today, not many clouds in the sky. And just misjudged that ball coming down. That's in there for called strike to Munoz. He's down 0-2 now to Bourne. Highlanders now down 2 runs, 3-1. After the RBI single by Christian Figueroa. That's a hot shot out into right field. Figueroa will be able to come around to score. Coutreau bobbles it a little bit out in right. And Munoz will stand at first with the RBI single. 4-1, now the classical lead.
Now batting, center fielder, 24, Roki Brea.
That'll bring up Roki Brea. So he had an RBI single back in the 5th, plating the first run for the Rams. 1 for 2 on the day is Roki. So Munoz leads away but doesn't go. Pitches down low for ball 1. Bourne pitching so tremendously all day today. It's tiring a bit, it seems, here in the 6th. Had the opportunity to get out of the inning, but a misplayed fly ball by the right fielder kept the Rams alive, got 2 runs in, and they were able to get a 3rd one across as well this inning to make it a 4-1 game. So you look ahead to the Highlanders, they will have numbers 9, 1, and 2 coming up in the bottom of the 6th, so top of the order will be up in the bottom of the 6th for the Highlanders, trying to get some runs. Got to get out of this inning though. Munoz at first. As Brea watches ball 4 in the dirt. Munoz away on the wild pitch. He'll take second base. 2 balls and 1 strike now the count to Roki Brea. Boo DeSaya waits on deck. Boo is 2 for 2 on the day. Fastball left up high by Bourne. 3 balls and a strike now. Bourne's control has been pinpoint until this inning. And that pitch down low, ball 4. So the beat goes on here for the Rams as they have runners on first and second. All of this happening with 2 outs. Boo DeSaya will come to the plate, 2 for 2 on the day. 2 singles for DeSaya.
Now batting the catcher, number 2, Boo DeSaya.
Runners on first and second for the Rams. They've got 3 across here in this inning. That pitch is called strike 1 to DeSaya. Gets the fastball knee high. He's had that most of the game today. Fastball fouled back into the screen. No balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to DeSaya. 3 runs across for the Rams here in the top half of the 6th inning. They now lead 4-1. So they have runners on first and second. Highlander hurler Colin Bourne. Pinpoint control through the first 5 innings. Has struggled a bit with the control here, especially after the 2-out misplay out in right. All of these runs have scored, all 3 of them after the misplay in right. It's difficult to get through that then. Is that pitch down low? Ball 1, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count to Boo. 2 away here, top half of the 6th inning. The Rams have done the damage with 2 outs. And that's in there for strike 3, as that will do it for the Rams, but not until they take the 4-1 lead. We'll move to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Highlanders have numbers 9, 1, and 2 coming up. They got work to do, trailing by 3 here at Trum on Somerville Ed TV. Bottom half of the 6th inning here from Trum. Highlanders trailing the Rams 4-1. It'll be numbers 9, 1, and 2 for the Highlanders here on Somerville Ed TV, as Caden Martell will lead off for the Highlanders. 0 for 1 on the day. He popped out to left field in the 3rd inning. Highlanders trailing now by 3, 4-1. Highlanders in a situation, 5 games remaining after this one on the season. A loss today to Lynn Glasgow means they cannot lose another one for the rest of the season if they wish to make the playoffs. Braden Onasian on the mound for the Rams. He's been excellent on the mound so far today. 65 pitches through 5. Even now to Martell, 1 ball, 1 strike as Martell lifts that up. Short left field, ranging back is Walsh, and he will make the catch. Walsh looked like he got a little bit of a late jump going back for that ball, but was able to make the catch. That'll bring up Tommy Griffin as the Highlanders turn the lineup over. Griffin 0 for 2 on the day, struck out looking in the 4th, grounded out to 3rd base to lead off the game. Coming off a 2 for 3 performance against Everett. The Onasian's been able to shut down the Highlanders after they put 13 runs across against Everett on Monday. They'll be back here at Trum tomorrow. Maimonides is in for a doubleheader. So Tommy swings and misses at the curveball. No balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to Griffin. Then they will be at Revere on Monday the 19th, hosting Lynn English here on Tuesday the 20th, and then at Cambridge to close out the season on the 23rd of May as that stays up high for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count to Griffin. Fastball lifted out left field. Coming in to make the play is Lara, and he will make the catch. That'll bring up Preston Ardolino. Ardolino 1 for 2 on the day with a run scored. He singled and came around to score back in the 4th.
Preston Ardolino.
Highlanders need to get some base runners, trailing by 3 here in the bottom of the 6th, as that is in there for called strike 1 to Preston. Swung on and missed, took a little bit off of that one. Ardolino out ahead of it. No balls, 2 strikes now to Ardolino. Preston, the strongest offensive threat for the Highlanders. Biggest home run threat, has 2 on the season. So that was low for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Preston plays a very, very good brand of defense as well at the shortstop position. We've seen him range out into center field to catch a fly ball, as well as ranging behind second base to make a play today. As that is in there, no, just outside. Just outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Ardolino. Ardolino also a very strong pitcher for the Highlanders. 2 straight 10 strikeout performances, as that is swung on and missed by Preston. That will do it for the Highlanders here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. They go down 1, 2, 3, trailing 4-1. We go to the top half of the 7th with the Rams up in this one from Trum on Somerville Ed TV. Back at Trum Field here on Somerville Ed TV. Moving to the top half of the 7th inning. Highlanders have a new pitcher on the mound as Caleb Seeley takes over on the mound for the Highlander starter Colin Bourne. And he will face off against numbers 8, 9, and 1. Gavin Collins swinging and missing at the first offering from Seeley. That's in there for a called strike. No balls, 2 strikes. Now the count from Seeley. That's a pop-up first base side. Gonna get out of play. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. Seeley got the start against Chelsea earlier this year, as that was left up high for ball 2, or ball 1, I should say. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count. Seeley went 2 innings, allowing 3 hits, striking out 1 in that game against Chelsea. That is ball 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to Gavin Collins. Collins 0 for 2 on the day. Struck out back in the 3rd, lined out to short to end the 5th. Seeley looks in for a side. Hot shot, shortstop. Ardolino makes the play, fires it over. 6-3 put out. Ardolino able to make some of the hardest plays you'll see out there look routine. That was not one of the hardest plays you'll see, but it was definitely a difficult play. He made that look extremely routine at shortstop. Really looking forward to watching Preston as he continues to get better throughout his high school career here at Somerville. Just a sophomore, is their star shortstop / pitcher. That one from Seeley, outside to Onasian. It's Braden Onasian in line for the win for the Rams on the mound. That one, fly ball, right field. Colin Bourne, who stepped in for Pete Coutreau out there, steps in and makes the catch.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 23, Mark.
That will bring up Mark Walsh. As Walsh 1 for 3 on the day. Singled and scored back in the 6th. What stands currently to be the game-winning run. That's in there for ball 1 from Seeley. 1 ball, no strikes, now the count. That's a fly ball center field as Lucas Oliver looking to grab it, unable to make the catch as it came off of his glove. High sky causing everybody trouble out there. As Walsh is in safe at second base.
Number 11, Emerson Lara.
So, 2 away here. Emerson Lara steps to the plate. 0 for 3 on the day, struck out looking twice against Bourne and also grounded out to third. Hard grounder, Fusco unable to make the backhanded play. Walsh is going to come around to score as Lucas gets this in quickly. Good throw in by Oliver as he gets it into O'Brien, holding the runner at first, but an RBI single for Emerson Lara. And it is a 4-run lead for the Rams. So a bit more insurance is purchased. Brings up Ronell Brea. Brea was intentionally walked in the 6th, came around to score. Lara is away with the pitch, throw down. Gets past Fusco. Lara heading over towards third, and he will be in safely. No throw over. It's 2 outs once again. Rams making things happen as they got their 3-run 6th with 2 outs. Now 1 run comes across here in the 7th with 2 outs with a runner on third still. So Ronell Brea looks to bring him in. Chopper, third base side, will go foul. 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count to Brea. Close the book on Colin Bourne, 6 innings of work, 6 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned. 3 walks and 5 strikeouts. Bourne in line to take the loss. Good performance by Bourne on the mound today. 6th inning was the trouble as Ardolino didn't field that quite cleanly behind the bag. Brea, lots of speed down the line. He's able to get to first. The RBI single scores Lara from third. And it is now 6-1 Rams. That was a tough play with the speedy Brea. We're going to give him a base knock on that one. Christian Figueroa steps up. He had the 2 RBI double out in the right field that knocked this game open as Brea's away with the pitch. It's a grounder to third. Griffin's up with it, fires it across, and that will do it on the 5-3 put up. But the Rams get 2 more. Highlanders more work to do as they trail by 5. Only a half inning to get it done as we move to the bottom half of the 7th here at Trum on Somerville Ed TV. Back at Trum Field on Somerville Ed TV. Bottom half of the 7th inning. Heart of the order for the Highlanders as they trail by 5. Lots of work to do for Graham Ross, Colin Bourne, and Donovan O'Brien as Braden Onasian stays on the mound looking to go complete for the Rams. First offering from Onasian up high. Fastball for ball 1. Onasian comes into this 7th inning unofficially at 77 pitches. So plenty of room on the pitch count to get through this inning for Onasian, as he has been tremendous. Holding the Highlanders to only 1 run. He's done that on 2 hits. Striking out 5. Actually, striking out 6 over 6 innings of work. As Onasian leaves that up high for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike now to Graham Ross. Ross 0 for 2. Grounded out to third in the first, grounded out to short in the 4th. Highlanders trailing by 5. A loss today means they need to close their season with 5 straight victories. Doubleheader tomorrow against Maimonides. Then at Revere on Monday the 19th. Here back at Trum against Lynn English. And then closing at Cambridge, as that is swung on and missed by Ross, Graham Ross. Full count offering here from Onasian. Fastball stays up, ball 4. Highlanders have the leadoff man on, trailing by 5 runs. Got to have base runners. That's what they have as Graham Ross goes to first. We'll have a pinch runner here for the Highlanders.
Pinch running for the Highlanders, number 12, Hugh Cunningham Spear.
Hugh Cunningham Spear comes in.
Now batting the pitcher, right fielder, number 22, Colin Bourne.
Bourne will bat. Hugh Spear will be at first. As Hugh pinch running here. He is back. Throw came over. Hugh got the start against Medford. Tough luck for the young freshman against Medford, only going a 1/3 of an inning earlier this year. Talented young player is Hugh Spear, though. As Bourne watches ball 1 outside from Onasian. Highlanders need 5 here in the bottom half of the 7th to earn some extra baseball. 6 will get them a win. As Bourne puts a charge into that one, it's going to drop in right center. Throw in quickly from Ronald Brea, but the Highlanders got something cooking. As Bourne singles into right center, they have runners on first and second. Donovan O'Brien will come to the plate.
Now batting the first baseman,
as the freshman has the opportunity here with nobody out to get the Highlanders some runs, shorten this lead of the Rams. Saw the Rams shortstop Mark Walsh warming up in between innings. He may come on in relief of Onasian if the Highlanders continue to develop this threat. As O'Brien pops this one short left field, ranging back is Walsh, and he's able to make the catch. This high sky is really causing some problems out there. Walsh had to drift back on the one earlier as well. We saw the trouble that Pete Coutreau had out in right field on the two RBI single by Figueroa, and also the difficulty on the pop-up that the entire right side of the defense of the Rams had that the Highlanders scored their run on. Sean Fusco now up at the plate, 1 away. 2 runners on for the Highlanders. Hugh Spear stands at second. Colin Bourne at first. Curveball left outside by Onasian. 1 ball, no strikes. Now the count to Fusco. Kyle Antonelli waits on deck. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. Fusco 0 for 2. Good line shot there for Sean out into center field as Brea comes in charging. All runners hold up as Spear stayed at third. Brea got that in quickly. Highlanders now have the bases full. Kyle Antonelli coming to the plate, trailing by 5 runs. Looking to put a dent in it right now as Onasian still on the mound. Runner at third is Spear. Second Bourne. First is Fusco. Antonelli at the plate. Looks at called strike 1. 1 away here, bottom half of the 7th. Highlanders trailing by 5, but making some noise. So they've got the bases filled. They will not go gently into the good night. Antonelli swings and misses. No balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to Kyle. So Onasian looking to go complete here. 6 innings of tremendous work. 2 hits, 1 run allowed for Onasian. Fastball up high and inside. Ball 1, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count to Antonelli. Highlanders with a loss today will be forced to need to sweep their remaining 5 games in order to make the playoffs with a 10-10 record. Antonelli out ahead on that one, and that will do it for his at-bat. As he strikes out for the 2nd time today. That will bring up pinch hitter, or actually now pitcher, Caleb Seeley. As he came in for Pete Coutreau in the lineup when Colin Bourne was sent out into right field. So Caleb Seeley, the last hope for the Highlanders here against the Rams. As that's a liner, Munoz charges, squeezes it, and that will do it for the Highlanders as they leave the bases full at the end of the game. They lose this one by the score of 6-1. Lynn Classical will move their record to 11-3 on the season. Highlanders will drop to 5-10 on the season. That 10 in the loss column means they have no room for any errors. If they want to make the playoffs, they've got to sweep the rest of the way through the season. 5 games remaining. They got Maimonides doubleheader here at Trum on the 15th, then at Revere, that will be Monday the 19th, here at Trum against Lynn English on the 20th, and then they close at Cambridge on the 23rd. Highlanders will need to sweep those if they want to get back to the playoffs for the 4th year in a row. And that will do it for us today from Trum Field. The Highlanders fall to the Rams by the score of 6-1. Thank you very much for watching at home. Really do appreciate it. Thank you very much, Bill Trudell on camera, Joe Constantine on direction. I am Todd Harmon, and you have been watching Somerville Highlander Baseball on Somerville Ed TV.